Don't change football because Tua Tagovailoa is Glass Joe. You guys remember Glass Joe from the Nintendo Punch-Out arcade game? He was a 38-year-old French flyweight with a record of 1 win and 99 losses. He was the ultimate beta male and fashionista. He was the first opponent a gamer would face on his way to the title. I'm not calling Tua a beta. He's not. Tua is as mentally tough as any quarterback not named Jalen Hurts. Tua has a heart for the game of football. He's just not built for it. He's small and brittle. He can't take a punch. Tua Tagovailoa needs to retire. I'm telling you, Steve, I'm not a fan of, I don't like any part of the concussion conversation because I started playing football, I believe in 3rd grade, tackle football, and I'm 55 now. So I've been following football for a long time. If this concussion thing was as bad as they say it is, all the players from Jack Youngblood to Lawrence McCutcheon, I was a big Los Angeles Rams fan, loved their uniform when I was a kid, to Isaiah Robertson, to James Harris, all those guys from that era would be walking around with Alzheimer's and debilitated if this concussion thing was as bad as they say it is, because back then they really played tackle football. What was your primary takeaway seeing this picture and seeing the way people reacted to Kanye with the White Lives Matter shirt?
Jason, it was 2 main things. One is that it proved yet again that within the realm of black culture, so to speak, that black artists can do virtually anything. They can promote drug dealing, they can glorify murder, they can degrade women, they can promote stripper and porn culture. They can show up to award shows with 2 women on dog leashes. They can do any of those things and not suffer any social or cultural penalty. The one thing they cannot do is utter publicly any political opinion that is not approved by the aristocracy, the black cultural gatekeepers. Kanye proved that once again in his brilliant sort of trolling move.
These guys, Rex Ryan, I know his brother Rob well, used to come on my show. They're Buddy Ryan's son.
Yeah,
Buddy Ryan and the defenses he coached and the kind of hitting that went on in the NFL the entire time. And they used to show the people on the sidelines with the smelling salt underneath their nose after taking a big hit. And we're acting like, oh, this is beyond the pale. Teddy Bruschi comes out and plays after having a stroke. The phoniness of these people blows my mind. Thank God for Michael Irvin. It restored my faith. Like, oh, men at ESPN are allowed to carry balls with him. They just got to be man enough to demand that they hold it. They don't turn them over to Sam Ponder or Molly Karam or whomever. They're just man enough to say, I got these pair and I'm going to let them hang. Thank you, Michael Irvin. You restored my faith in humanity. We've destroyed American culture. We can't even feel good about things we should feel awesome about. Aaron Judge is an underdog story of the ages. An example of America's grace, mercy, and love for each other, love for humanity. But we can't celebrate it. We can't use Aaron Judge to further some narrative that America is some evil, racist place, so we're going to ignore it. And we let a bunch of baseball players cheat their way to home run records, and so it's not as special as it should be. That's on us. We did that, all of it. We can wag our fingers at the left, but we allowed the left to do this. We allowed Major League Baseball to look the other way. It's on all of us. We spoiled the Aaron Judge story. Should be one of the most incredible stories in sports. It's not. We'll spend more time talking about the Jets and whoever they play this weekend.
No loving, no voting, no touching, no voting, no nothing.
No voting, no fucking, no voting, no voting.
I'm sick of people saying that Black culture has not changed. Black culture has not declined. We should not be saying this type of stuff in front of white audiences. Yet this is what they are putting out where white audiences can see. Black culture has certainly declined. They have done to Black culture what a strip mall would do if you added a rainbows and a church's chicken. There would be potholes all in the parking lot. There would be a drug addict in the parking lot selling a used pair of felines. This is what has happened to Black culture. And it just makes me angry that you actually have people that are defending this.
Ali out of Louisville, not educated, smart, but not educated. Support system very shaky. Goes to the Olympics, proud to represent his country, wins the gold medal. All right. Comes a celebrity. I'll submit to you, Jason, that Muhammad Ali could have done a lot more good had he not gone into the Nation of Islam. I mean, for himself, he would have been light years ahead because they took his money and they put him in the ring when he shouldn't have been in there. But as a patriot, as somebody who I believe in the beginning did respect his country, Muhammad Ali, he was second only to Martin Luther King in influence among African Americans. And if he had taken that road of, look, we know things aren't the way they should be in America, particularly with blacks, and we're going to improve it. We're going to improve it. He could have driven change a lot faster than by going over to the black Muslims.
Seems like once every other month, someone comes out with a new book and says, when I was with the Trump White House, X, Y, and Z happened. And it's not that I'm some Trump homer. It's just I've been in the media long enough to say, man, most of this stuff is BS. This is made up. It's not, they're said for money. But you having been on the inside, how much of the stuff that's reported in the media did you feel like was completely inaccurate or fabricated?
It's all either completely inaccurate or just greatly exaggerated. I think if you really wanted to know what Donald Trump was like or what it was like working at the White House, you should ask the people that don't have an incentive to lie, that aren't trying to sell a book. You know, just go ask a random person that served as Donald Trump's valet. That's the person closest to him. Ask that guy. It's just a normal guy that's in the Navy. And he'll tell you what he's really like, which is that he's a great boss, totally fun to work with, always, putting the country first.
Pull of the world is much stronger for West. He's one of the world's biggest celebrities. The success of his music and fashion depend on public opinion and popularity. He succumbs to those pressures from time to time. Fame is an intoxicating and destructive drug. Kanye is battling his addiction to it with biblical faith. I respect the sincerity of his fight. He truly values family and being a good father. He wants to see Black Americans improve our plight. He believes in the power of truth. His comments related to abortion and the normalization of obesity, he said it's actually clinically unhealthy, and for people to promote that, it's demonic. Those things reveal a deeper understanding of the cultural rot destroying America. We're in a battle of good versus evil. Kanye is one of the good guys. He's trying to be on the right side of God rather than the history left-wing atheists plan to write. White lives mattering is so offensive to us that we would kill someone for wearing it in one of our neighborhoods.
It's true. I think he's spot on, to be honest with you. And we got to talk about it in matters of numbers and percentages. Now, is the overwhelming Black community so racist that they would be violent towards Kanye West in a moment's notice for having a shirt on? No, I think most Black people suffer from this passive relationship with their American citizenship and their rights and their philosophical understanding. I think that's the most. But the small percentage is the one that do the most damage. That's the Pareto distribution. It's 10% with the successful people, but it's also 10% with the corrupt and the violent. Right? The minority of percentage of people do the most damage. And is there enough of those out there where Kanye West should be worried? Absolutely.